And your friends would murder you, sweetheart, without turning a hair.
What friends?
What friends? I'm the only friend you've got, Tracy. Now, who are they? Where are they, huh?
You're killing me!
What's going to happen to me?
I don't know, Lizzie. You'll have to wait till Mrs. Davidson comes back from seeing the ambulance off.
She's dead, isn't she?
I don't know.
She's dead, all right. There was blood everywhere.
Did she attack you?
She tried to choke the living daylights out of me.
Why?
I don't suppose we should have put the bite on her.
The bite? Did you try to borrow money from her?
No. You know, the bite. Oh, it doesn't matter. If she hadn't been so mad on gambling, it would never have happened.
Did you have to hit her so hard?
When you've been throttled to death, you don't think how hard you're going to hit somebody.
How is she?
She's dead, isn't she?
No, she's not dead. She's unconscious. But we won't know the full extent of her injuries until she's been examined at the hospital.
Are you sure? Or are you just trying to make me feel better?
No, she is unconscious. But you are still in very serious trouble. Now come into my office and explain exactly how all this came about.
I'll take over, Meg.
How bad is it, really?
Don't know. Look, the news is probably all over the prison by now, so keep your ear to the ground. You might pick up something that's useful.
Right. Just seems so out of character for Lizzie to become so violent.
Yes, I suppose it is. Still, gets to all of them sooner or later. So you pretended that race call that you'd recorded was a live broadcast, so White had to pay up?
Yeah, that's right. We only did it to send her broke so she couldn't run that book anymore.
How did she find out?
I don't know. She must have found that cassette.
But why were you the one she attacked?
Like I said, I don't know. She flew into me cell screaming at me and tried to choke me to death. As I was struggling to get away from her, my hand knocked the electric jug. And as I was just beginning to black out, I grabbed hold of it and flung it at her as hard as I could. Next thing I know, she was just lying there and the blood was pumping out of her head.
Anything else?
I broke the jug.
Was there anyone else around at the time?
No, no one.
So there's no one to corroborate your story?
It was self-defense. She was going to kill me.
Well, self-defense or not, there will still have to be an inquiry. Unfortunately, there is no witness to the attack, but we can get the other women to verify your story about the gambling.
Are you going to send me to the pound?
No, I don't think that will be necessary. I'm inclined to accept your story of self-defense for the moment. However, you will be confined to your cell until the inquiry by the visiting justice.
Fair enough.
And Kay had her hands round Lizzie's throat, and Lizzie was going all red in the face. I just grabbed the first thing I could lay my hands on and hit her over the head.
Oh, my God.
How's Lizzie? Oh, she seems all right. But I hit Kay too hard. I think she's dead.
Huh? I knew we shouldn't have pushed that girl too far. See, I've done it again, haven't I? All my plans always end up in disaster.
Oh, shut up, Judy. It wasn't just your fault. Everybody had a hand in it. Where's Lizzie now?
Well, just after it happened, we heard Jim Fletcher coming down the corridor, and Lizzie made me get behind the door. She said if they found out that I'd done it, I'd lose me parole, and Danny'd be worse off than ever. I couldn't think. I just did what she said.
You mean you let Lizzie take the blame?
Well, it was her idea, not mine.
Well, you shouldn't have let her do it.
Oh, shut up, both of you. Screaming at each other isn't going to help, is it? We got to figure out what we're going to do.
Yeah, but you know what the screws are like. They'll lumber her for murder. I mean, it's only Lizzie's word that it was self-defense.
Yeah, well, we can all vouch for Lizzie, and everyone knows what Kay White's like.
No, there's too much risk. Linda's got to go to Mrs. Davidson and tell the truth.
Yeah, sure, then it'll look like conspiracy, won't it? Besides, Linda's parole comes up in a few days. If she gets in any trouble now, she's going to miss out.
Well, tough luck, she did it.
She saved Lizzie's life.
No, Doreen's right. I can't let Lizzie take the rap. I'll go to Mrs. Davidson. But I've got to find out what Lizzie told her so our stories match.
Kay White. She's more trouble dead than she was alive.
If I were you, Lizzie, I'd write down everything that you can remember about the incident and everything that led up to it. Even the smallest detail might be important.
Oh, what do you reckon's going to happen to me, Mrs. Davidson?
Well, I can't be sure, of course, but if the other prisoners corroborate your story, your claim of self-defense may be accepted.
But there isn't really any doubt, is there?
Nothing can be certain until after the inquiry.
What's all the excitement about? Everyone's looking mysterious and whispering in corners.
They carried Kay White out on a stretcher.
Why? Was she sick?
No, dead.
Dead?
Apparently.
What happened?
She got into a brawl with one of the other women and got her head bashed in.
God, I hate this place. I never knew people like this existed.
Well, it's all experience.
Well, I've had this experience and I can live without it. I'm getting out.
What?
I'm getting out on bail.
Joe won't like that.
No, you don't understand. The police are lifting their objection to bail.
Why? Did you tell the cops that...
No. The police want Joe to think that I've talked, so he'll make a move. Like set one of his thugs onto me. But the joke's on them, because Joe knows I'd never squeal on him.
As you have probably heard, there's been a very unfortunate incident involving Kay White and Lizzie Birdsworth. Now, it has come to my attention that the rule regarding gambling may have been broken by certain prisoners. However, I am prepared to overlook this in view of the serious nature of the inquiry in exchange for any information which may clarify the cause of this incident. Bryant?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Davidson. I'd like to help you, but I can't. I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Burns?
Oh, well, I don't know that I know what you're talking about, but maybe Linda could be more helpful.
Well, Jones? What about the rest of you women?
Very well. If you would rather protect yourselves than help Lizzie, there is very little I can do. But unless we can confirm Birdsworth's story, she could face very serious consequences. It's up to you.
Mrs. Davidson, how is Lizzie?
Worried, but otherwise quite well.
She in the pound?
No, I decided to confine her to her cell until we can verify her story and find out Kay White's actual condition.
Kay? But I thought she was dead.
No, she was unconscious when she left here. We are waiting for a report from the hospital.
Mrs. Davidson. Exactly what is it you want to know?
Well, first of all, I would like to hear something about Kay White's bookmaking activities.
Okay, you got yourself a deal. And how's Lizzie this morning?
I don't know. She hardly said a word all night. I told her we shouldn't make Linda tell the truth. She just flew off the handle, told me to mind my own business. And she reckons if Linda's mad enough to confess, well, she'll only deny it, silly old bugger.
Yeah, well, she's probably still worried, you know. She's not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, but it's more than that. It's the way she's acting towards me. I mean, she's turning against me like everyone else is.
Will you stop taking everything so personally? I'm just about fed up with your spoilt brat act.
Hi, Jude.
Hi. Well, you look in a better frame of mind this morning.
And why shouldn't I be? The police have dropped the objection to bail. I'm getting out.
Well, that's real good.
Isn't it?
Morris, your father's here to see you.
Oh, thanks. Good old Dad. I bet he couldn't wait to tell me he's arranged everything. See you.
Bye. Well, lucky kid, eh?
Good riddance, I say. That stuck-up, snotty-nosed trendy gives me a pain.
Don't you think it's time that we got off to the laundry so they don't think we've gone out on bail?
I'm glad you finally came to your senses and told the police what they want to know.
But I haven't told them anything.
What?
The police want everyone to think that I've talked, so they'll come looking for me. And then our ever-vigilant police force are going to pounce on them and lock them up forever.
What are you talking about?
But that's where the joke misfires, because I haven't talked and no one's coming looking for me.
You little fool, don't you understand what you're saying? Whether you've talked or not is unimportant. So long as you're on the loose, you'll be a constant threat to these people.
Daddy, you don't know. This man, we love each other.
Love? How can he love you and get you into this predicament?
You don't understand.
No, I don't. I don't understand you or this brainless attitude. And I don't understand how the police can be callous enough to deliberately put your life in jeopardy.
Daddy, listen.
I won't let you be a party to it. No one's going to set my daughter up. I won't pay the bail. You'll be safer in here than you...